Thanks for watching Upfront Gwinnett, Trapped in Traffic. I'm Deb Tuff. We've taken you behind stings in courtrooms into stories of survival and shame. But this final episode isn't about what's happened, but what's happening now and who's leading the charge to make sure those same stories don't repeat.
So we had a daughter who she was shy and preferred to make her friends online, and had an experience where somebody she met online was nice to her and wanted to be her boyfriend, and she thought it was all great, and I totally respect that. And the first thing he did was invite her to move off of the platform they met on, which was a safe space, to a place where it wasn't safe anymore, to a different app. And I didn't know any of this was going on, and I was a stay-at-home mom, very much involved in her life, and I happened upon it accidentally and was able to intervene before it continued. But it was bad, and it was shocking, and it was really hard for her to understand that he wasn't her boyfriend.
The front lines of hope aren't always lined with badges. Sometimes it looks like this. The Georgia Festival of Trees is an annual holiday event, but its mission is year-round. Angela Ulibarri brought it to Gwinnett in 2024. It takes a very heavy topic and lightens it up.
It does. We're saying, hey, come and experience this beautiful holiday event with your family, but look, it's for a really great cause, and we're just giving that a very gentle exposure.
Proceeds help fund organizations like Street Grace fight human trafficking through prevention, intervention, and restoration.
We are leaders in the U.S. on our anti-human trafficking legislation. We hear a lot about trafficking because our state is not afraid to lean in on it, and leaders in our state government are dedicated to see human trafficking come to an end.
As we learned in an earlier episode, trafficking isn't just a street-level crime. It's digital. Every click, every message, every transaction is a potential interception point. And that's why Street Grace started Transaction Intercept, an initiative that stops trafficking before a victim is ever touched.
To have these bots be chatting for these officers so that some of their time is saved for the actual operation, and they're able to go in, observe the conversations, and basically cherry pick which ones are ready to be arrested, or if the bot has gathered some of the intel and they need a bit more intel because they know their DA and they need to go in and get the specific piece, they're gonna go in and take over that conversation and get that information.
But what happens when victims become survivors, escaping the life and forging their new path forward? We introduced you to Lainey George in episode 1. That's exactly what she did.
It was my third attempt to take my life, close to my 30s, that I finally said something has to change. So I remember being in the hospital, and I just honestly cried out to God, and I said, either you heal me or you take my life, because this is not, I can't live this way anymore. And so it was at that point that I started getting help and counseling, and I honestly believe it was at that point my healing journey started.
Fast forward, George opened a women's shelter in North Carolina and relocated to Atlanta, where she eventually landed at Mosaic, Georgia, a place that takes a holistic approach to survival and healing.
It really starts from the very beginning. We're here to just have a safe space. So safety, health, and justice are our priorities, and you have to start with safety. So listening, understanding what they have to say.
A survivor that's come into Mosaic, Georgia is, being assigned an advocate that's going to be able to work with them throughout the whole duration while they're at the center.
Seeing the resilience in so many of these kiddos, I work with the kids who have seen the worst in humanity. These kids have been taken to motels, hotels, various places, and they have seen the worst of humanity, and yet on the other end, they want to play Uno with me. They're silly, they're goofy, and they're able to smile and they're able to laugh, and that resilience brings me so much hope.
And as long as there are victims, there will be those who fight for them. Mothers, mentors, survivors, advocates. Some use code, others use compassion. But they all move one way, forward.
If you suspect human trafficking, if something doesn't feel quite right, see something, say something, call the National Human Trafficking Hotline at 888-373-7888. That's 888-373-7888. Until next time, I'm Deborah Tuff. Thanks for watching.